Happy Friday, grocery haul Friday. It's a different one today. I have a couple of things. I feel like that window is just a bit too bright. I have a couple of things to share that are a bit different in this week's grocery haul. One is massive, one is minor. But I have a story to share first. So I was attempting to vlog every day last week, and then I just got so busy with some renovation stuff. Oh, I need to wash my hair. And the weather was coming. It was freezing cold. It was raining. I had to get some stuff done. My husband was away. I was home with the kids solo. So it was a very frantic week. So I didn't get to vlog every single day. I think even last week's non-grocery haul went up Monday this week. It was just one of those weeks. Anyway, but I have a story to share. For the vlogs that I was doing, we were doing a sourdough starter. I was telling you how to do my sourdough starter. I had to remake mine because when we moved, it just got disposed of, which was whatever, it happened. I wish it didn't have, but I had to start again with my sourdough starter. I made a beautiful sourdough, not yesterday, the day before. I actually really badly burnt my finger. All through here is actually really badly burned. I ended up getting some second-degree burns and I potentially have some nerve damage. I cook mine in a cast iron pot with a lid on it, heated it up in the oven, took it out the oven, put the pot down, took the tea towel away, and then put the bread inside the pot and then grabbed the lid. So I picked up the lid, and that's my finger went under like that, and the lid was 220 degrees, grabbed it and burnt all of my hand. So even all of these fingers, all the tips of them got burnt, but I think because this finger went underneath and like latched on, I got some pretty serious burn come through. Very, very painful. I now understand. Like I've burnt myself before on a steam iron, touched the pot and it's like burnt the tips of my finger. It's hot, but this burn on my finger, oh my goodness, I have a total different understanding now of like burn victims and that sort of thing, because I felt like passing out. I had to go to the chemist. They had to dress it and wash it and GP. Anyway, I'm fine. The point is, so beautiful sourdough loaf. We had family visiting, they had some. It was really, really yum. Last night, I go to take down the food scraps to the compost bin, and I'm starting to store in a glass jar all the banana peels, and you put water in it, and apparently it really pulls the potassium out and it's great for plants. It's a natural fertilizer, so I've been doing that. And I came into the kitchen and I went, where's my glass jar for my sourdough starter? I said to my husband, where's that glass jar that I've got my sourdough starter? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, there's usually like a glass jar sitting on the bench that's got like stuff in it. He goes, oh, I thought that was dirty, so I washed it up. So my 2-week young sourdough starter got washed up last night. So I'm now back to square one again, guys. So thank you, husband, for trying to clean the kitchen. Appreciate it, but now I'm back to square one again, doing my sourdough starter. So if you haven't started, come do it with me again. This is the 3rd time I'm making a sourdough starter. Thank goodness it's only flour and water. It's just the time, but the longer you have sourdough starter, the more intense and depth the sourdough starter flavor gets. So I'm back to square one. Thank goodness I at least got to make 1 loaf of bread from it, and it was a really good sourdough starter too. It came together really well. The bread cooked really well. I was like, I've done a great job on it. Anyway, so that's my little story before we get started on our grocery haul this week. To update from last week, the only things I purchased, I had to purchase 2 lots of 3-litre milks. So I think they're like $3.60 per thing. I bought a watermelon for the kids. I bought a punnet of strawberries. We were supposed to go to the zoo, so I thought strawberries were a great little container. It's been pouring with rain, and I mean freezing cold. They said it was actually colder than Sydney and Melbourne at one point throughout the week. And then we ended up buying 3 loaves of bread. I'm missing something. Bananas. We bought bananas. That is it. I was so good at not buying things. The kids were like, we want some custard. I was like, I got packet custard. So I made up a packet custard that I had in the fridge. that is still in the fridge right now. Don't judge. I still need to throw out the pizza box, guys. I see it, I get it. Some family brought round some salad stuff, like little potatoes and stuff there. But I was so good. So that is, that's my door slamming open. The other half of the watermelon, that's the homemade custard I made. We had soup the other night for dinner. Don't judge me, guys. I have to still throw out the potato bake, and I didn't touch the chicken. Please don't judge me. It is what it is. I got chicken minster frosting for dinner tonight, but I have been so good at sticking to eating through what we needed to. Crumb chicken was meant to be last night for dinner, but we'll do it tonight. We had toasted sandwiches, we had the stew, we had the fish and veg, we kind of had the leftover pizzas, and then the pizza just sat in the fridge until now, and the chicken soup. The stew is gone, so these are actually banana muffins we made the other day. So my stew, that was savoury mince that was in that drawer. I moved it over to there and I put the muffins into there, but the stew was sitting in here. It's gone. We ate it. So I'm very, very proud of myself for all of the foods we went through, and I managed to really pare back the money to the point where I even just grabbed whatever bread was the cheapest at the shops this week. So there's 2 half loaves there. So very impressed with myself on how I managed to just use what we had. And there were some things that we were out of. I'm like, we're just gonna have to find a way around it. We do like fresh fruit every day, so that's just something that we're gonna have to have in our home, or want to have in our home, and milk as well. So we actually even ran out of butter spread at one point, and I ended up just taking out like my baking butter from the fridge, and we've just been using that until I got my margarine. I was so determined not to just go out and buy money and spend and spend and spend. It's been a different school holidays this time around. My kids have grazed all day more than like going out and having big meals or they're super hungry. So we've grazed on crackers and cheese and sandwiches and toast and soups and chocolate milkshakes. We had friends come over because it was pouring with rain. She bought some quiches. I cooked those banana muffins. So I've been very savvy. I'm very proud of my limited spending last week, and this week I am really proud of my limited spending this week. I shopped at 2 locations. This is not just a Coles grocery haul. From here across, I done my online click and collect order. It came under $140. There was a discount code this week, which was spend $150 get $10 off. Hence the toilet paper, but they were out of stock of one thing. So it came to like $137.35. I could be wrong, I need to double check on that there. But something I tried this week a bit different is I've grabbed some frozen veg. Frozen veg is really cheap, so I want to cook some meals or show some things that you can do with frozen veg for those that still want to get vegetables in their diet but are finding the fresh getting really expensive. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm finding fruit and veg is getting really pricey to the point where I'm saying no to some things. I'm just thinking, I mean, how much was lettuce the other day? $12 for a lettuce? It's just not gonna happen. $10 for strawberries? It's just not gonna happen. So I've grabbed some frozen veggies, and let's do some dinner ideas with the frozen veggies. I've gotten the cauliflower and broccoli and frozen cut beans. I've also just grabbed the Coles home brand mixed veggies, cut up into like little tiny bits. That is for our dog food, but that would be great stirred through like a savoury mince or a stew you might be making, or if you're making like a chicken soup, or if the kids are just going to have like 2-minute noodles and you want to add some veggies into it. These little things are fantastic. Cook the noodles, chuck in some veg, and I think that's a fine meal to give the kids if you wanted to. I did grab a teeny tiny corn silver side this week. I really don't like the price on some of this protein that's coming through. I'm gonna go back and check. I used to shop a while ago at the Maranoa farm, but I could only get the hampers, and they were making some changes online. They do free delivery throughout Brisbane and West Queensland, I think it was, down to Logan, I think up to the sunny coast, and then after that there was a small fee you had to pay for delivery. But I love the quality of the meat. I just wanted to be a bit more picky on what I was getting. I wanted more mince from them, and then not so much of like the steaks and that kind of thing. So I might go back and look at the Maranoa farm page and just see if I can be a bit more select with my orders, because I find that's really expensive. I actually don't mind the price of the pork though. I'm gonna do a big crackle roast pork this week. So $8 a kilo. This is boneless too. So that is all pork inside there for us to have. And that is the proteins I've purchased this week. So, I mean, the corn silver side, a whole kilo, has cost me $14 just for that, smaller in my hand. And the roast pork has cost me $17, which is a nice big piece of roast pork, but that was $17 just for that there. I've got 2 spreads I had to stock up there. I got Greek yogurt for hubby and I've treated the kids to just a vanilla Yoplait one this week. School goes back on Monday, so there's a mixture of yogurt and custard. I do have the powder custard in the fridge, but I'm happy to buy the custard now. I'm out of my don't spend any money, let's just use what we have at home. Full lots of milk because we're still having teas and coffees and milkshakes, and we're doing a lot of baking this week. Curly noodles, 2-minute noodles. I can only get the small packets now. I cannot get the bulk packets from Coles, and even the larger packets I can't get from Coles. And I haven't had noodles for about a week and a half, and little miss has been craving to have them, so I just got the 2 small packets for her. I'll just try and be a bit more strategic and stretch out when I can give them to her. There is definitely not a full supply of things in the store. I'm really noticing it, and I have I'm on a bee Facebook page, guys. I've told you about wanting to go have bees and have our own honey, and there is going to be a massive shortage of honey soon because there is a bee virus, a bee mite that is going around, and from what I have read on the Facebook page is over 3 million bees just in the direct zone have to be terminated. So there's going to be a shortage of honey coming through, and for in Australia with the floods happening in New South Wales, there will potentially be more issues with the food supply chain, and prices will go up again. So I'm going to do a vlog in a couple of days and show you our veggie garden. It is doing really, really well. In the past, let me turn you around. In the past, I think like 6 days, the kids have picked, seriously, 10, 12 strawberries and eaten. Big, fat, juicy strawberries. I have them growing everywhere. I've got 4 hanging baskets at the front of our house. They're in there. Where we're renovating downstairs, I've got pots, I've got strawberries. I've got strawberries in everything I possibly can. They love to hang, and same as tomatoes. I've got tomatoes in everywhere, and I've just got hundreds of these yellow flowers coming up everywhere. So I'm looking forward to doing some home growing is what I'm trying to say, I guess, to even reduce the burden on our budget, and maybe even potentially help the supply to have food in the stores for other people that don't grow their veggies. Bread. I've grabbed 2 loaves of bread. School goes back, so I don't think we'll be like just snacking on sandwiches and breads and toast and that sort of thing. I think we'll be a bit more structured going back into the week, but we're almost a family of 3 loaves of bread a week. You know, there's 4 of us. You have a piece of toast each. You have a toasted sandwich, and that's just like 1 meal, and then that's sort of gone. I've got sandwiches every single day to make little man for school, so it goes really quickly. Cat food, I was so low on that, I'm not gonna lie, this is what I ended up doing. I had some rice, is it still there? I had some rice left over from a meal, and I mixed it through his cat food just to like stretch me out until groceries came and I had more cat food. I was being so strategic last week, which makes me realize I could probably be even more frugal and really test my budget further by what I was doing last week. It was a good test for me. I loved it. I recommend you should try it. Worst case is there's nothing there and you go to the shops and you grab something, but I really tested my abilities on, I'm not buying it. What else can we do? What can we come up with? My kids tried a few new combinations on things and they really liked it. We tried the ham. They didn't love the ham, but they tried the ham. It was definitely a, I'll give it a go, ham cheese sandwich. We're gonna keep working on tasting ham. I wanted to get a couple of, you know, spaghetti on toast. There's nothing wrong with spaghetti on toast for breakfast, lunch or dinner. I wanted to get some baked beans that didn't have any. I only like the Waddies brand. So I grabbed 2 of those, and cat biscuits. They went on sale, but he's out of cat biscuits. He's actually eating dog biscuits at the moment. The difference between cat and dog biscuits make me really question it because he scoffed down the dog biscuits, but whatever. I did go back and get him his cat biscuits this week. My family probably thought I was crazy for the week of, what are we doing? My cat's like, I'm eating dog biscuits and rice. What's going on? But they done it. They were fine. Double strength vinegar and a normal vinegar. I accidentally bought a double strength months ago and I made a corn silver side using the vinegar, and it was tender and so tarty in the taste, and the pickled onions were divine. And my husband's like, what did you do? I'm like, nothing different. And I was like, oh, I used double strength vinegar, but I used the same ratio as standard vinegar. So I was like, oh, for pickling my carrots and doing like a pickled medley or pickled onions, I'm going to grab the double strength vinegar. And for a long time you couldn't get vinegar in the shops, so I thought with the spend $150 get $10 off, I thought I'd grab a double strength vinegar and a standard vinegar. I do use the standard vinegar in cooking and also for my cleaning products. I have a video on my cleaning products, so I use that there. And then I thought, because I saw last week in my freezer I had some chicken breast, I thought I'd grab a honey mustard chicken tonight, and I might make up another batch of that just to freeze, really handy. I did grab potatoes and sweet potatoes from Coles the Sweet because it was like $2 a kilo and $1.50 a kilo, and I thought that was really cheap. I don't really want to say no to that, so I did grab those, some nappies, the 2-minute noodles, and I did have a different brand of toilet paper. They were out of stock, so my substitute was to give me 2 packets of these because the other packet I ordered had 32 toilet rolls and these only have 20, so they actually gave me more for the price of one, which was fantastic because technically that was free because it was the $10 off, so technically that only paid for like half of that. So love it. Not that I needed toilet papers, but I love it. So that's all of my Coles for the week. I then, talking to my builder, love the community. He's come in to be, oh, I was painting and he walked under it. So he looks like a skunk now and I can't get it off. Hey, mister. Anyway, talking to my local community, I'm on a local community Facebook page. I think they're great to follow. I don't love Facebook, but I do like some of the things that you can get on there. And I was talking to my builder. I was bringing groceries home one day and I was like, oh, I can't believe the price of things are going up. He's seen our veggie gardens, that looks really cute. He's like, have you tried this place here? And I was like, never heard of it. And he's like, look them up. So I looked them up and I was just like, okay, you know what, I'll give them a go. There's nothing wrong with trying. I wanted to see quality and the price of things. I popped in there this morning. Lovely elderly couple, big under car garage port thing, full of everything. I'm talking like right down to like ginger and garlic, potatoes. They had honey, homemade orange juices. They didn't have any meats. It was more like just your fruit and veg. But I want to show you what I got. I'm going to run you through. Now, I thought let's just go all out this week. I had no idea how much this was going to cost me. I was like, just keep adding to it. So I'm going to show you what I ended up getting. I got a huge punnet of strawberries, like a huge punnet of strawberries. They are really expensive at the moment. I got raspberries. They didn't have blackberries, so I got raspberries. Really nice, vibrant looking raspberries. We know how expensive they are. They're like $7.50 for a morning tea handful. I got giant avocados. I got 2 avocados. I got a bag of snow peas. I got a couple of pears. I think I got 5 pears. I got a bunch of bananas. I got a huge thing of carrots. I picked out, these are, believe it or not, these are mandarins. They're almost the same color. We can see there now the coloring of them from the red capsicum, but these are a mandarin, and he gave me one to try. He was eating one for his little snack on the run. Whoa, they are really, really juicy. So I grabbed mandarins. Underneath here I've got 2 zucchinis and 2 cucumbers because school goes back, little man has cucumbers. I got, I think, 8 little apples for lunch boxes and just to cut up for snacks and that kind of thing. I got passion fruit. I think I got 4 or 5 little passion fruits. I thought I'd give them a go. Why not? Corn. We know, if you don't know how expensive corn is really expensive at the moment. So I grabbed 2 corn on the cobs because we usually cut them in half. There's 4 of us, so that'll do us there. I got a broccoli down there. These are all the apples. I got a red capsicum. I got a bunch of tomatoes. That's the other avocado. And a big thing of onions. So I actually got quite a lot, probably more than what I would normally do in my usual grocery haul. I have not purchased these things for quite some time because they are very expensive. We went and got the punnet from Strawberries the other day from Coles. Our friends were coming out. Well, we thought we were going to the zoo. And then we came in for morning tea. And it was $12.50 for a punnet of strawberries. And the raspberries were $7.50. Not these ones, but when I went to the shops. Bananas have been sitting around, what, the $2.90 mark. Corn can be anywhere for like $2 to $3 for one cob. So for all of this here, I'm just going to pause for a minute and chuck me some comments and let me know what you think this whole box here costs. I mean, like the berries, the avocados, and then I'm going to give you a quick run through on some of the price points that I can remember. Some of it I couldn't remember, so I'm like, let's just try that, let's just try that. I could have kept going, but I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a huge box I've purchased of things. So out of all of this stuff here, would you believe me if I said it came to $36? Because that's how much it cost. It cost me $36 to get all of this stuff here. The strawberries were $6.50 a punnet. The raspberries were $4. These avocados are actually really big. Like, that's a tomato. These avocados are absolutely huge. They were $1 each. Like, they are a huge avocado. I got those for $1 each. Bananas were $1.99 a kilo. I got tomatoes. Now, tomatoes have been sitting around the $9.90, the $12 a kilo mark. I got these for $6.50 a kilo. Apples were $2.99. Corn the cobs were $1.80 each. Carrots were $1.69 a kilo. Passion fruit, I think they were 30 cents each, I think. I can't remember the broccoli, I can't remember the onions, but I was very pleasantly surprised with what it came to, because I'm just grabbing things and putting it into the cart. I'm like, yeah, grab that and that and that, and then got to the end, I saw in the box and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is actually going to be probably around the $60 mark. It actually came to $36.65, and I actually said to the lady, round it up to $37, honestly, just charge me $37 for it. So $37, if I'm being completely honest. It cost $37 to get all of this stuff here. So I'm extremely impressed this week. My groceries are well under $200 for all of this. It came to, what have I got, 130, 140, 160, or under $180, and I've gotten protein, loads of dairy, frozen veggies, extra milk, 2 lots of toilet paper. I've got my bread, the potatoes, I've got nappies up the back that were not on sale, and all of this fruit and veg for under $180. So I'm really impressed with what I picked up this week. I am going to be testing the quality. I used to go to a different fruit barn and the quality would go off like really quickly and it just wasn't juicy and tasty. I did find out from this lovely man, he's a beautiful old little couple, and they had, I think, their son helping them. If you're in Brisbane, he actually is part of the Rockley markets, huge distribution for, like, the farmers come in with all their produce. He actually brings it from there to his place and then he sells it from there. So he's not paying for like rent, it's just his home. He's not paying for rent or anything. He just drives out there, picks it up, brings it back, had this massive truck loaded up with all these things. He goes out there every day. So I was just like, I think you're going to be my man for my fruit and veg. So I have no problems shopping around at the moment when it comes to, one, quality, but two, for the price of things. I'm really happy. I'm actually going to test my husband when he gets home and ask him what he thinks all of this sort of stuff costs for the week. Sorry, my camera just became full. I need to start being more organized from a full battery and not having a full SIM card when I do these. So I'm really happy with groceries this week. Who would have thought I would be going back to a little fruit barn, but given the price of things, I'm glad I did. That is this week's grocery haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my chit chat around my no longer sourdough starter. my Coles grocery haul, my Fruit Barn grocery haul, my local fruit man, my little fruity. I hope you enjoyed this grocery haul. I look so, I have no makeup and didn't do my hair. We actually slept in a bit this morning. And I got paint all through my hair too. And my husband's taking the kids for a train ride to the city today. He's got the day off because he was away all of last week and the kids have missed him and it's school holidays. And I was like, I'm gonna get my groceries done for the week. I'm going to prep. I'm going to clean the house. I'm gonna sit down and have a tea and coffee. But we all slept in this morning. So it was up and out the door quite quickly. But let me know, do you have a local fruit person, fruit veggie person, butcher, baker that you use and you're like, it's definitely made a difference to inflation at the moment? Or you're just like, I don't have anyone, I've only got like Coles in my area, or I've got Coles and Aldi's, or I do Coles, Aldi's, Woolworths, Costco's, local fruit man, and you pull it all around and make it work. I really don't like going to like all these different locations to get bits and pieces. I'm like, I'd rather just go in, pick it up, be a bit more saving on my time. My arm's getting sore. Just have to hold the camera. But I get my Coles delivery, click and collect, and this guy is literally on my way home. So I think I found my perfect little niche on how I'm gonna make things work just to help save a little bit more money until my veggie garden just starts to flourish and brings in the money. Brings in the fruit and veg to save some money. But I hope you enjoyed this grocery haul. Sorry about my random vlogging last week. It was a week that I just could not believe was taking place with some of the things that were happening with like building and the rain. We were on a time schedule. We had to get like wood painted and sealed, and I was so concerned that with all the rain coming we were gonna flood again, so we had to get like waterproofing down, heaters on it to dry it. I had the kids home, I had no husband. It was just a very, 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 very busy couple of days. But I feel like we're back in routine. School starts next week. Grocery haul is over there. I hope you enjoyed the video and we will talk soon. Bye. Thank you.